HearthStone, Death Knight Rising, Game 7. If you saw Game 6, wasn't sure if I had victory in hand at the time of concession. Upon review, the answer is probably. Had 12 damage on the board, needing 6 more. Remorseless Winter does 2. Marrow Manipulator does 2 damage 5 times randomly. Odds were I would have inflicted at least 4 more damage to win it. My opponent was not content to wait around and find out. I guess they had sort of resigned themselves that they were not going to hold out, but might have been interesting if they had hung in there. So I thought I had plenty to say before the loading time ran its course, but still waiting. Yeah, the guy had Sire Denetharius out, who was pretty powerful.
The Lich King versus Nemzi.
Let's have some fun.
All will serve me in death.
Hey. Yeah, there's the Lich King.
I see you brought guests.
And there's that Marrow Manipulator I referred to in the intro. If you haven't seen Game 6, wondering what the hell is that? Spend 5 corpses, deal 2 damage, 2 damage, and 4
Little time.
Okay. So I think since the Warlock's hero power is draw a card to take 2 damage, why don't I get 2 damage going myself? for them to eat. So my veteran doesn't have anyone to give +1 attack to, but Warlock's running a quest line concerning discarding cards, which is a Warlock attribute.
What a bother.
In terms of like cards they tend to have. Crank out a Summon Ghoul as per the hero power. Get an extra point in there.
Job's done.
I have but little time.
So, 37 life still to do, 37 damage. Well, maybe the Warlock would do some damage to herself with her hero power. 37. When I was a kid, my address had the number 37 in it. Always have a fondness for that number. Alright, so the person's using cards that provoke discarding to correspond with their quest line. If you're not familiar with quest line, they'll give you like several phases of things you can do to get different rewards, and then long term it's pretty beneficial. My favorite quest line is the Druid quest line. Hey. I mean, if it's time sensitive, we can talk. I just have to do this at the same time because it's going live.
Yeah, so I've put the ball in motion to get. So I just have to give them thing that
Job's done.
And into. So basically, there's some reason why I don't have to go to super detail, but at least my reasoning there, just for their records and everything, and then I'll be able to mark as absent for today and tomorrow and Monday morning. Let's make sure everyone gets the letter and everything, because the weekends is not everyone.
I have but little time.
Drop off my bag.
Okay, so you won't be doing shifts in the meantime while the process is going on? Okay. Yeah, understandably. I thought if you were just laying there anguishing over indecision, that would, you couldn't be blamed for that.
Yeah.
So this might be going onto YouTube, this conversation.
All right.
But you're anonymous. All right. So you've got a taunter, as do I. My poor veteran would get killed
What a bother.
attacking this thing. Tell you what, I'll see your taunt creature and
Another soul to consume.
one out of my own. Taunt reborn, so mine will even come back with 1 health. So it so happens one of my daily quests actually includes. Okay. One of my daily quests happen to include have your taunt minions take damage, so go ahead and beat on my taunt, guys. Yeah, Dark Bomb. Very cool. Cool picture. Shadow spell. Deal 3 damage to a character. If it dies, draw a shadow spell. So, very cool. I use it.
My rule is eternal.
So, might as well get this thing killed. Okay, good. Do 1 point. Might as well hold on to my taunter because it can serve more benefit than just
What
being
a
a 2-1.
bother.
And we'll get the volatile skeleton going. Deal 2 damage to random enemy upon death.
Little time.
And get my opponent all the way down to 30 life. Jeez. Well, plus side of your opponent starting with that outrageous, truly outrageous 40 life.
Already attacked.
You started.
That
At least if you can
servant
overcome that, it's just more pride to take in victory. It's like they even had 10 extra health and I still won. And we're building up corpses toward eventually Corpse Bride cranking out a pretty serious taunt. Okay, so in the past I've been conservative about my Remorseless Winter, holding on to it. But not only do I have several opponents here to kill, but this has got 6 toughness. Kind of feel like I can accomplish quite a bit here if I
calls.
just uncork Remorseless Winter. Yeah, I kind of regret not casting it last game, so just to not have to do that. And the cool thing is, I got out my skeletal sidekick. Could use him to do 4 damage right now. I want to do it. And I can save my Bone Wraith. can either have him hang around and be a taunter. I don't know, I didn't have the Remorseless Winter, but it bugged me that I held on to it last game and didn't play it, so I just want to use it. It's fine.
You were just a bird.
Some more card discarding. But being a character that also draws cards through their hero power, you can get away with some card discards. So, 5/5, you say. I think it's a good enough time as any to bring out the Corpse Bride. Create an 8/8 taunt, which to deal with this 5/5 menace. It's not a 10/10 taunt,
Death do us part.
as per the maximum I could get, but I've got other use for corpses, as you can see here. I'd like to have the Marrow Manipulator flinging corpses at some point, so I think 8/8 is good enough for the purposes that I need it for right now. Oh, and by the way, Ghoul charge.
Job's done.
That servant already attacked.
Risen Groom 8/8 taunt, but doesn't leave a corpse. I don't know if it's because he's composed of corpses. Maybe there's only so much you can reuse corpses before they just start to lose their structural integrity. No, we're loading up on fatigue damage for some reason. Okay, so, well, we got 8 mana. It's been a while since I've played Lich King, hasn't it? Have I played in this series at all? Since there's no immediate reason to think he's going to die, because the opponent's board is clear, I feel like I'd like to put him out now. And then who knows, maybe he'll last a couple turns and I'll draw extra Lich King cards. If for no other reason, I should be eager to get this on the board so we can actually hear it, see its, experience the audio visual.
Warriors of the frozen wastes, rise.
Pretty cool. What do I get for a card? Deal 3 damage to all enemies. That's not bad. That might be the little bit of damage I need to finally cinch the victory. What do they get when they finally discard something? Well, it's going to be something cool anyway. Lich King's already got half his life taken off him. I guess I could never be surprised that with all these cards my opponent has that they'd find some way to kill the Lich King. Well, he did 8 damage to beat through this person. I have 8. Guess it makes sense to
Death
do this.
calls.
So what do I do with 9 mana? Probably just maximize what I can cast here.
The end has come.
Sylvanas, Death Rattle, take control of a random enemy minion.
I have no time for games.
I guess I could hold off on this rush guy until he'd be useful as a rusher. But again, 3 power. Let's get the damage going if we can. The plus side of doing it this way is I now have 18. I've got 16 points sitting on the board right now, which to win the game. 8, and then 5 plus 3 is 8, so it's not a bad way to go. And I get another Lich King card. So I got some options here. Destroy a minion. Was it a Lich King card or Death Knight card? What's the term? Yeah, Lich King card. So the Lich King has his own Lich King cards. That makes sense. I feel like the terminology was changed over time, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So I got a couple of different things I can do to get significant minions out of my way. Sylvanas can destroy a minion on Battlecry. And then if I don't mind taking damage, I can destroy somebody's minion. Okay. I do like the Thessarian to get 2 damage going. I might slay some of his dudes. What's the long-term plan? I guess I should hold off on Sylvanas till I really need her. How about this? Thessarian can deal 2 damage to a random enemy.
We do what the living cannot do.
Right, kills off one of the creatures, not a bad outcome. And then if we get Marrow Manipulator going, she can do sling 3 corpses right now, and she's 5/5.
I have but little time.
Seems like a reasonable economy. If I happen to plink off one of his creatures, then great.
Let none survive.
Sylvanas. Darkfall and Shadow.
Seems to me
Now we got him nice and low in damage here. We got 2 damage from Remorseless Winter,
servant already
3 damage from Death and Decay. Seems like we have a good chance of taking this game now.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
Even if they,
You win this time.
even if my opponent were to board wipe me. With my creatures, I still could have got the win, so pretty good, pretty good.